Ireland stands as a paradox in the world of modern economics. Despite its small size, the country ranks among the wealthiest nations globally, boasting GDP per capita figures that rival or exceed those of economic powerhouses like the United States, Switzerland, and Singapore. Yet this apparent wealth is often more an illusion than reality. It stems from Ireland's role as a global hub for multinational corporations, whose financial practices inflate the nation's economic metrics. Beneath these numbers lies the story of a nation grappling with the dual forces of a thriving, real economy and an overinflated, make-believe economy. Ireland's economic transformation from a struggling agrarian society to a global financial hub is as much a story of innovation and strategic policy as it is of dependency and vulnerability. This deep dive explores Ireland's historical struggles, its rise as a Celtic tiger, the realities behind its economic success, and the challenges it faces in building a sustainable future. Historical context: a legacy of struggle. Centuries of poverty and hardship. Ireland's history is marked by poverty, disease, and emigration. Under British rule, the Irish economy was heavily agrarian and largely dependent on subsistence farming. The Great Hunger of the mid-19th century, caused by a devastating potato blight, led to the deaths of over 1 million people and forced millions more to emigrate, reducing the population by half within a century. This period entrenched Ireland's global image as a land of hardship and despair. Post-independence challenges. After gaining independence in 1922, Ireland's economic struggles persisted. The country lacked natural resources and industrial infrastructure, leaving it economically stagnant. Successive governments attempted to industrialize the country through state control and protectionist policies, cutting off foreign trade and investment. However, these isolationist strategies, modeled on the Soviet Union, failed miserably. Ireland lacked the population size, resource wealth, and industrial base necessary to sustain such policies. By the mid-20th century, Ireland was known as the sick man of Europe, a nation struggling to retain its population and its relevance. The shift toward liberalization. By the late 1950s, the limitations of economic isolation were undeniable. Visionary leaders like Prime Minister Sion Lamass and economist T.K. Whitaker introduced sweeping reforms that marked a turning point. Privatization. The government reduced state control over industries, encouraging private enterprise. Trade liberalization. Ireland opened its economy to global markets, actively courting foreign investment. European integration, joining the European Economic Community (EEC) in 1973, provided Ireland access to a massive consumer market and developmental aid from wealthier European nations. These reforms set the stage for Ireland's transformation into a modern, open economy. The Celtic Tiger era. Ireland's economic boom. The corporate tax strategy. Ireland's introduction of a corporate tax rate of 12.5% in the 1990s proved to be a masterstroke. This rate, among the lowest in the developed world, attracted a wave of multinational corporations. Companies like Google, Apple, Facebook, Pfizer, and Microsoft established significant operations in Ireland, drawn not only by its tax incentives but also by its highly educated, English-speaking workforce and its membership in the European Union, which provided access to a market of over 500 million people. The double Irish tax strategy. A cornerstone of Ireland's corporate-friendly approach was the infamous double Irish tax strategy. While complex, its basic mechanism was straightforward. Intellectual property transfers. Multinationals transferred intellectual property, IP, such as patents and trademarks, to an Irish subsidiary. Royalty payments. Foreign subsidiaries paid royalties to the Irish entity for using the IP, reducing their taxable income in higher tax jurisdictions. Profit routing. The Irish subsidiary funneled profits to another entity in a tax haven, resulting in negligible tax obligations. This strategy not only minimized global tax liabilities for corporations, but also inflated Ireland's GDP. By channeling massive profits through Irish subsidiaries, multinationals created an illusion of extraordinary economic success, even though much of this wealth existed only on paper. The numbers behind the illusion: Ireland's GDP soared during the Celtic Tiger era, earning the country a reputation as a financial powerhouse. However, this growth came with caveats. Much of the reported GDP was tied to multinational accounting practices, not domestic economic activity. The majority of these profits remained within corporate accounts, with limited benefits for Irish citizens. The real economy: strengths and weaknesses. Tangible benefits. Despite its reliance on multinational corporations, Ireland's real economy has reaped significant rewards. Employment growth. Multinationals have created thousands of high-paying jobs, particularly in technology, pharmaceuticals, and financial services. These jobs have boosted Ireland's workforce and skill base. Tax revenue. Even a small slice of the massive profits routed through Ireland contributes significantly to government revenues, funding public services like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Economic stability. Integration into global markets has given Ireland resilience against regional economic shocks, enhancing its global influence. Persistent vulnerabilities. However, the reliance on foreign corporations exposes significant structural weaknesses. Overdependence. Ireland's economic health is heavily tied to the fortunes of multinationals, making it vulnerable to global regulatory changes and economic downturns. Underdeveloped domestic industries. The focus on attracting multinationals has overshadowed investment in local businesses, leaving the real economy underdeveloped. Wealth inequality. Much of the wealth generated by multinationals remains concentrated within corporate accounts, with limited trickle-down effects for ordinary Irish citizens. Strengthen collaboration. Aligning more closely with EU policies and fostering regional partnerships can enhance Ireland's stability and influence. Conclusion. A balancing act for the Celtic tiger. Ireland's transformation from the sick man of Europe to the Celtic tiger is a testament to its resilience and strategic ingenuity. However, this success is built on a dual foundation: a thriving make-believe economy that attracts global giants, and a real economy that struggles to deliver equitable prosperity to its citizens. The road ahead requires Ireland to navigate the complexities of global tax reforms, address domestic challenges, and invest in sustainable growth. Whether it can transition from a paper tiger to a true economic powerhouse remains to be seen. Yet its journey offers valuable lessons for nations grappling with globalization, tax policy, and the balance between attracting foreign investment and fostering local development.
That's all for now. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment to let me know what you think. More to come. See you next time.